In my last video on kayak motor mounts, I talked about making a transom mount. Well, if you'd rather have it side by side, here's how you do a side mount. I know one of the things you guys like about this channel is I get right to the point. So let's quickly talk about this very simple build. All it is a horizontally placed 2x4 with a perpendicular section of 2x4 screwed and bolted to the horizontal piece to allow the motor to mount. And then into that I drilled some 5/16 holes to use with these T-bolts, which I now just have to bolt down when I want to use this thing. Very, very simple build. Now here's the thing you got to really think about. Where are you going to mount this thing? Now I want a temporary mount, so mine had to be removable, which dictated that I use the utility tracks on my kayak. I've seen other builds out there on YouTube where they actually drill through the flat 2x4 into the gunnel and then use toggle bolts, just like you'd use in a wall, to honk that down and make this permanent. But I only want to use this thing when I'm going a long way. I'm going to pedal most of the other time. So here's the thing you got to figure out. Are your utility tracks strong enough to support the weight of the motor? When you look at gear track, it actually advises not using it to hang a trolling motor from. And my take on that is they don't want you to put just one bolt in a gear track and then hang the motor off it. Now I've got two bolts in two different tracks, so I think that's going to be okay. And the reason I chose this track instead of this track is that it's got more rivets to hold the track tight to the gunnel than this one right here. I would have rather had this closer, but there's only two rivets holding this particular utility track in. So my first shot at this is I'm going to try it here and see if I can deal with that. And if I can't, then I'll move it up here and take the risk that this track may not be strong enough to support the motor. But that's all there really is to the build. Oh, I guess one more thing, because I know people will poke me on this. I did not use a pressure treated 2x4 here for two reasons. One, they're heavier, and two, I didn't happen to have any here in the shop. So I just used a regular 2x4. And again, since I'm not having this on the boat permanently, it's not going to make much difference. So that's all there is to do in a side mount. You know, this is on there pretty good, and you saw from the motor hanging on there that there's not an issue with that. Got any comments, suggestions, solution to how to just deal with the two rivet utility track right here? Throw it in the comments. I appreciate it. Thanks.